What's up, Internet? This is Hourglass Gaming, and I wanted to recap what happened in Respawn Entertainment's live stream that happened earlier today for anyone who wasn't able to see it. So basically, they did a live stream where they overviewed the features that we're going to see in Update 8, which is going to come out tomorrow, October 23rd. And so I just kind of wanted to go over what they covered for anyone who wasn't able to watch the live stream and go over kind of what I thought were the salient points that they talked about. So the main thing is that Horde mode has been confirmed. It's called Frontier Defense, and it pits 4 player characters as the militia against IMC, grunts, specters, and titans. You defend a mineral extractor for 5 waves, and each player gets 4 deployable auto turrets that they can set up around the map to try and lock down avenues of attack. There's also a loadout crate that spawns, and at this crate you can refill your ammo by standing close by, or even change your loadout midway through the game if you desire. If you die, you respawn in a dropship, which I think is so awesome. And so you have a little while as the dropship is coming in where you can kind of survey the map from the air and take a few shots from a sort of height advantage before it drops you off and you're back in the game. Each map is going to have different enemies to ideally suit the map type, and every map is supported. So all 24 Titanfall maps will have the Frontier Defense game mode. Their difficulty is determined by both the enemies that you fight and the geography of the map. So I think that's going to be awesome. Another thing to note is that minion detector is always turned on, just because it's such an obvious kit to take that they didn't want to force people to take that. So it's just always on, and you can take 2 other kits. Your score comes down to getting 1 to 3 stars if you succeed. And so if you want to be a master of the mode, then you'll try to get all 3 stars on all 24 maps. The enemies include, there's Arc Titans, which are striders with arc cannons and a sort of arc field that surrounds them that will take down your shields if you get too close. There are Mortar Titans, which set up at the far side of the map and bombard the extractor. And then there's Nuke Titans, which rush the extractor and then detonate when they die. And they try to get as close to the extractor as possible so that that nuclear blast destroys the extractor. There's a lot of different kinds of specters. They can rodeo you since there's an absence of enemy players to do that. So specters will be rodeoing you. There are also sniper specters, and which have a cloak, and like suicide bomber specters, which will blow up once they get close enough, in addition to just regular specters. Grunts also have a wider range of weapons at their disposal, and they can throw grenades. And then there are also these cloak drones, which sort of float around and will cloak enemy titans to try and let them get an advantage over you. It wasn't all just Frontier Defense, however. There are 2 other modes coming to the game. One is called Marked for Death Pro, which is a round-based, more competitive version of Marked for Death, in which you get 1 mark per game round. And when you kill the mark, then that's the end of the round and the next round starts. So it's meant to be kind of a more competitive tactical version of Marked for Death. The other game mode is called Deadly Ground Floor, and it is essentially the floor is lava game mode. An electrical smoke covers the ground and kills you if you fall into it. This is only going to be available on certain maps where the ground kind of makes sense. There are certain maps where elevation changes mean that a lot of the map wouldn't actually be covered in this. So it's going to be specific to certain maps, but will really encourage pilots to hone their wall running skills. So I'm really excited about it. Respawn is also adding ranked play, which will be in beta when the update ships, and it'll be available to Gen 10s and anyone they invite. Each Gen 10 gets 5 invites that they can give to their friends who aren't Gen 10. And so essentially it's going to be independent of generation level, and it's sort of a way to gauge how good you are compared to other players. And so you start out at bronze and then work your way up or down based on your performance. And so this, I think, just seems like it'll be really good for competitive play. And you can also turn ranked play on or off based on how you're feeling. So if you kind of just feel like hanging out and shooting some people and not worrying about like your kill death ratio or how many flag captures you have, then you can turn it off and just kind of have a good time. There's also a lot of other kind of small features. There are 2 new Titan OS voices, and the original Titan OS voice is going to get a lot of different languages added to it. There are going to be 7 new Titan insignias. You can access the map by pressing right on the D-pad in the game, and that will show you the entire map. In private matches, there will be burn cards set so that everything is fair and kind of each player is going in with the same options of what burn cards to take. And then finally, there's going to be black market forged certifications, which are essentially shortcuts for tricky challenges that might prevent you from regenning. And so if you're like struggling with the Gooser challenge or the charge rifle critical hits, then from my understanding of it, you can buy one of these forged certifications and bypass that challenge. You do get an achievement if you get all the way to Gen 10 without using any of these, but it is a way to streamline that process. But what do you guys think? Are you excited about the new Horde mode? Are you disappointed with the new features? Did you want new guns and camos and you didn't get those, so you're bummed? If you haven't been playing Titanfall, is this going to get you back into it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you'd like to see more gameplay and commentary, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.